Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Gemini. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Geminis, please. All right, we have the Five of Pentacles. All right, we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so a big change here. Maybe somebody who's very different from you or from what you're used to. They're viewing you as the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And we see the Queen of Wands. This is going to be fiery, protective, passionate. And we see the Seven of Cups. Some of you may meet this person online. This could also be someone here. I kind of get like this person might be somebody who's dated a lot and they've experienced a lot of difficulties in love. So I'm not getting that this person is necessarily promiscuous or anything like that, but it feels like this is someone who's been trying to find the right relationship and they've been putting themselves out there and nothing has really stuck. Okay, now some of you could meet this person online with the Seven of Cups. For others of you, this is somebody who's quite attractive and quite desirable. And it could be something that maybe starts off as friends is kind of what I'm getting. And again, I just kind of feel that, like, because I feel like with this Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, like you may be seeing or knowing that this person has been hurt or disappointed a number of times in love, like nothing is quite sticking for them. And you see that they're social, they're gregarious, they put themselves out there, they date, they try, they get hurt, they get heartbroken, they pick themselves back up, and they keep trying here, right? So I do feel like some of you gems, you know that, okay? Maybe not all of you, you just might find that out about this person. And again, I'm not getting a promiscuous energy, I'm just getting someone who's been trying to find the one. We see Empress energy, Taurus and Libran energy. You may meet this person, Gemini, when they're not really feeling the best about themselves. They might be feeling a little bit down. They might be letting kind of disappointments and heartbreak get to them. I mean, we're all human here. I mean, it happens, right? But with the Empress energy in reverse, some of you too, you might be meeting this person after they've experienced some type of betrayal, or they were in a relationship with someone that was kind of putting them down or chipping away at their self-confidence here. All right, so let's see. There could also be other people around this person when you meet them, because it does feel like they have options. So they might be getting out of a relationship, or they just might be dating or talking to a few different people. Again, I'm not really getting promiscuous or player vibes. I'm just getting somebody that's like keeping their options open, trying to find love. And we see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Again, it tracks with what I was picking up on with the double fives here in this reading, Gemini. They could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but I do kind of feel like this person is starting to feel a little bit confused about love. And we see that with the Seven of Cups or relationships, like why things aren't working out. And I don't think it's because this person isn't doing inner work. I don't think it's because they're like, why does it always happen to me? I just think that they're at a point where they're starting to feel like they want to give up on love, or they've experienced some heartbreak and sadness and maybe too many in a row. Okay, and some of you, they're starting to not try as hard as they were before. And again, there's kind of a beauty in that energy, right? Because oftentimes it's like when we stop focusing on that very thing we want, it comes in. And that very well may be you, Gemini, right? And I'm not getting that this person is, out of shape, not taking care of themselves. They're in this like low energy. No, but I do feel they've experienced this hurt and this heartbreak. And they realize they need to do something different, or just not focus on love and just focus on themselves. And boom, that's where you two come together. How you're going to be feeling, 10 of Cups. See, you're going to see commitment with this person. You're going to see happiness with this person. You're going to feel, Gemini, this is my person. And it doesn't mean you've been watching all of this or you've been their secret admirer or anything like that. I mean, this could be information that you find out after the fact. Okay, but this is somebody here who's going to make you feel happy. You're going to feel like you have a shared vision of the future. You two would really get along very well. You know, there's passion, there's attraction. You want the same things. All right, Gemini, so let's see who this person is. They could be a Libra, all right, fellow air energy. Ruled by Venus, they enjoy beauty. Fairness and harmony in relationships is important to them. All right, they could have Scorpio in their chart. Maybe they're a Scorpio-Libra cusp, but they're fiercely protective and loyal. And again, this is probably why they kind of get hurt in love. This person, I'm not seeing that they attach quickly, but I do think this person bonds quickly, or when they bond, they are protective and loyal. And so if they've been calling in partners that weren't that way, it's, you know, it's chipped away at them a little bit. But they stand strong in their convictions, and they can sting if needed to defend their position. This person's a leader, okay? I do like that energy. Despite the fives coming through, the confusion, the disappointment, this is somebody who's comfortable stepping up and taking charge. They exhibit confidence in their decisions. They could be in a management role. They could have their own business, all right? And yeah, you're going to feel super at ease with this person. They're super approachable. They're fun. They're funny. It's gonna be easy to fall in love with each other. And I feel like they're viewing you as the Knight of Cups, and you're feeling the Ten of Cups. Again, you're gonna feel like this is very easy to fall in love with each other. Oh, Gemini. All right, let's see. Five of Cups. So you may meet them at a period in a period where they're experiencing lack or loss here, disappointment, sadness. All right, this person could be brunette. Now, these are really specific messages that are not going to resonate with all of my Geminis out there. Okay, but it will be confirmation for some of you, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. They're impeccably dressed, so this is somebody who's very well put together. All right, their appearance is important to them. They're also funny as heck. You two are going to be laughing a lot together. All right, you'll feel at ease with this person. They're going to be funny. They're going to crack jokes. And if there's anything that I know about my Geminis, and this is coming from someone who's a Venus in Gemini, is Gemini energy. You need someone to be funny. You need to be able to play games. You need to be able to crack jokes. Some of you, they have short hair. For others of you, they might have gray hair. But again, really specific messages, Gemini. They're only going to be confirmation messages for some of you. So despite this person going through difficulties, conflict, disappointments, they're still going to crack jokes about it. They're still going to be upbeat. They're still going to make you laugh. Again, this person feels quite resilient. I think that's the word I've been looking for. All right, let's see. They're showing up as pathway. Yep, this person isn't necessarily seeing a pathway forward in love when you meet them. Not with you. With you, it's going to be different. But again, the path has been long. It's been hard. It's been winding. And they're not even sure that, you know, they're going to get that. They're going to have that relationship they're looking for. Yeah, we see distant horizons. Love might feel really far off in the distance for them. But again, there's this really big, elaborate boat coming towards them, and I feel like that's you. Not that you're a big, elaborate boat, but like you have so much to offer. And I think they feel like it's farther off than they actually realize. Okay, because it feels like you may be quite close to this person, around this person, near this person in some regard. All right, and we have gift, yeah. I think you're going to feel like a major gift to this person. They might feel like a gift to you, right? A gift from the universe. This person's love language may be gift giving, okay? This is somebody who does have a lot to offer, but it does feel like they're kind of coming out of that energy of lack here when you meet them. All right, Gemini, let's see, what else do we need to know about them? What else do my Geminis need to know about this person? What else do my Geminis need to know about this person? Okay, so this is not somebody you've been intimate with before. Your first kiss will be within 1 year from now. Okay, they may wear a meaningful accessory often. That could be jewelry. That could be something that brings them luck. It could be something that's been passed down to them, that was made for them. Your paths will cross after you make some sort of final decision. So that could be some major life decision, a move, a job change, a big haircut, you know, whatever it might be. And this person likes to use their middle name, okay? So they may go by their middle name, or they might add it to their first name. We do see that they could be a fire sun, Aries, Leo, Sag. We also see that they own their own home, so they have stability. I feel like they have a nice home or a nice condo or a nice apartment here. So it does, like, this person has a lot to offer. It's just like they've experienced a lot of disappointments in love, possibly betrayal. You meet them when they're probably not feeling like the best version of themselves, but you still see how resilient and funny they are and how much they have to offer. Okay, they're viewing you, Gemini, as the Knight of Cups. They see you as sexy, they see you as attractive, they see you as romantic. So they're definitely feeling the feels here, even if they're a little bit hesitant or they're not sure that, you know, anything is going to work out for them. Again, I just kind of get them cracking jokes about it. Being able to laugh at themselves, laugh at some like terrible dates they've had. All right, they may see you as somebody who gets a lot of attention, has a lot of options available to them. The Five of Wands, yeah, they might be a little bit worried here that they have to fight for your attention or for your affection. They may feel like your energy is a little bit scattered, Gemini, so you might have your finger in a lot of different pies, right? You might be, you know, working more than one job. You might be quite social. You might have some creative projects going. You might be seeing somebody over here. You might be talking to someone over there, right? And not a problem. You're single. You can do whatever you want, Gemini, but the Five of Wands, they might be a little bit worried about that. And we see the Two of Swords. Yeah, this person may feel like you have choices in love, Gemini. They may also feel like you're not quite seeing them or you're not so sure about them. Again, it does feel like their self-confidence may have taken a hit recently, Gemini. So I do feel like with the Two of Swords, they might feel like you're going to hold back because you feel a little bit conflicted about them. Maybe they know you know that they've been dating certain people and they haven't been successful. But Geminis, look at how you're feeling. This person is just a bit insecure because first you were coming out as the Ten of Cups. Now you're coming out as the Magician energy, Virgo, Gemini energy. You're coming out as, this is magic. This is everything I've wanted. I've manifested this. Let's make it happen. So it's like this person, I just feel like that energy of lack, and because of their disappointments, they're just worried. They're just worried that you don't see them the same way, that you have other options, that you're not going to want to move forward with them. Okay, but I think in your energy, you feel anything but that. All right, so let's go ahead and see. What do they really admire about my Geminis? Liberator. Yeah, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Yeah, they see you as this liberator energy. Okay, they see you as also, they're going to see this connection too as something that frees them from, you know, this pattern of disappointment they've been experiencing. Again, are they intense? They absolutely are. Okay, this person is intense, and you may experience a little bit of that intensity with this connection. But they see that you're upbeat, that you allow this person to relax, have a good time, crack jokes. Again, you're releasing negative thought patterns, right? So it's like not always heavy with you. And Gambler energy. So they see you as willing to follow your intuition even when others doubt you. This to me can be a bit of an entrepreneurial edge that you have that they really like, but they also see that you'll do your own thing, whether or not people agree with you or think it's the right thing or not. All right, and they see damsel energy. Yeah. So this person sees you as understanding the nature of healthy romance and inspires you to rely on yourself. So they definitely don't sense codependency here with you, Gemini. I think with the Queen of Wands, this is going to be a very aligned energy. Like we saw some of you, this person might be a fire sun sign. So it's very much in alignment. But I'm also seeing here with the Queen of Wands, it's going to be sexy, powerful, passionate energy here between the two of you. I also think there's going to be that healthy exchange of ideas, right? It's not just physical passion, but it's like, oh, did you see this? Oh, I've always wanted to do that. Oh, do you remember when? I just get like a lot of sparks flying on a lot of different levels here, Gemini. Okay, we see an invitation to choose. So this connection invites let me see if I can speak correctly. This connection invites conscious participation rather than assumption. Okay. This connection supports softness, trust, and nervous system ease. It deepens where you feel safe to be fully yourself. So you are going to feel very secure about how this person feels about you. You're going to feel very secure about being your authentic self. This person is not judgmental. All right. And what I like about an invitation to choose, this person, even though there's an intensity here, Gemini, this person isn't going to try to rush, pressure, coerce you. Okay. And conscious participation rather than assumption. I kind of feel like that's where you two really spend this time talking to each other, asking each other, how are you feeling? Do you like this? Not in the part where, not in like such an insecure way that it's annoying, but more so like checking in, taking the temperature of the connection and of how each other are feeling. And I also feel like that's what's going to create this emotional safety. All right. And we see stability through awareness. This connection brings steadiness through conscious engagement. So that's just kind of a confirmation here. Like there's going to be security, there's going to be safety, there's going to be stability because there's conscious engagement. You're checking in on each other, the way adults do. All right. And we see through community or social circles. So this connection comes through friends, gatherings, or familiar social environments. It grows naturally within shared spaces. Okay, beautiful. And we see emotionally present. This I feel. This person shows up with awareness and emotional availability. Their presence feels attentive and engaged. And that really tracks with all of these messages that we've gotten so far. All right, Gemini, let's go ahead and see if there's anything else we need to know about this person or this connection. Is there anything else my Geminis need to know about this person or this connection, please, Spirit? All right, so it's a psychic connection where your conversation goes beyond mere words. Material attachment, too much focus on visible trappings. So don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. And fearless love. This is going to be a courageous leap into the unknown. I feel like Spirit's saying, go ahead, take that leap, Gemini. We also see perfect match. I was going to say, did we get twin soul? But I was seeing that card in my mind's eye. You complete each other in the most harmonious ways. And we do see responsibilities. Romance interrupted, duties come first. So again, there may be a little bit of an issue here with work. I don't know if somebody here prioritizes work or has a tendency to be a bit of a workaholic. It can be obviously a red flag, Gemini, but it is something that may need to be addressed in this connection, okay? And that could be on your end, it could be on their end, it could be both of yours. All right, clear messages, advice, and guidance. We see not likely within the next 6 months. Okay, so some of my Geminis, you might have to wait a little bit longer for this connection. But I'm also getting, my intentions for these readings, Gemini, are that it's really, I do them on a weekly basis. So really it's for the next couple of weeks. But for some of you, it will take longer. All right, anything else we need to know? Take steps to speed it up. Okay, so maybe you can take steps to speed it up here within the next 9 months, and we see in the distant future. So for some of my Geminis, it is not right around the corner, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming up. All right, Gemini, or not coming through. All right, so I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.